God, the game of my life. Gears 5 is the best Gears game we've ever made.
I think the Gears of War franchise means a lot to me.
Gears is probably the most special game that I've ever worked on.
What is the secret of the Gears of War franchise success?
Os melhores games são aqueles que promovem uma combinação perfeita de tecnologia de ponta, controles inovadores e uma história envolvente. Nos últimos anos, poucas séries fizeram isso tão bem quanto Gears of War. A saga de Marcus Fênix contra os monstros Locuste começou em 2006 no Xbox 360 e seguiu crescendo e apresentando novos personagens, como Kate Diaz, heroína de Gears 5. Mas qual é o segredo de Gears para continuar evoluindo sem nunca perder a qualidade e a inovação? A gente veio até a desenvolvedora The Coalition em Vancouver, no Canadá, parte do Xbox Game Studios e responsável pelo desenvolvimento da série da Microsoft, para investigar esse mistério e dar uma olhadinha nos bastidores de Gears 5. Para entender os motivos do sucesso de Gears, a gente vai primeiro fazer uma viagem às origens da série, no início dos anos 2000, quando ela começou a ser desenvolvida na Epic como um jogo chamado Unreal Warfare. Quem nos ajuda a contar essa história é o próprio Rod Ferguson, o diretor responsável pelo estúdio The Coalition e que participa do desenvolvimento de Gears desde o início.
How was the creation of the first episode? Intense. Yeah, I mean, I started with Microsoft on it in January 2005, and then I left Microsoft to go join Epic Games in July 2005 to work on it, and then, geez, like a year and a half later, we shipped it in 2006, and it was kind of a miracle project. You know, it was something that very passionate about what we wanted to build, but it was in a place where we knew a lot about sort of the content, but we didn't really have the story yet, and in terms of how it was all going to play out from a campaign perspective. And so we hired a writer, and we changed the structure. The game originally was a hub and spoke, and so there was a base, and you would go off from the base to do different missions. But with only 18 months left to go, we basically broke every spoke off and then laid them out lengthwise and made a linear story instead of a hub-spoke game. And it was probably one of the hardest games. Like I've shipped some hard games before, you know, BioShock Infinite and games like that. But Gears 1 was probably one of the hardest games I've ever shipped.
Ele seria um spin-off da série de tiro Unreal, com combates online entre vários jogadores, personagens de classes diferentes e até robôs para pilotar. Mas foi deixado de lado enquanto o estúdio focava em episódios de Unreal Tournament. Anos depois, quando as atenções voltaram para ele, a indústria de jogos eletrônicos vivia um momento diferente, focada em aventuras para um jogador com narrativas cinematográficas. Cliff Bleszinski, o designer responsável por criar o jogo, usou como grande inspiração o Resident Evil 4, que tinha saído no comecinho de 2005 e revolucionou os jogos de ação com diversas ideias, como a câmera por cima do ombro, que coloca o jogador pertinho da ação. Outros games usados como referência foram Legend of Zelda e Metal Gear Solid, mas essa lista conta também com um ilustre desconhecido. Kill Switch, da Namco, é um jogo de ação bem simples e pouco popular, mas com um detalhe importante. Ele foi um dos primeiros jogos a usar de forma eficiente a mecânica de se proteger em muros e paredes, o sistema de cobertura. Essa proteção no murinho virou o coração da jogabilidade de Gears of War, ditando o ritmo da ação e conferindo ao game personalidade própria quando colocado em conjunto com as diferentes armas, como a icônica Lancer, um rifle de assalto que tem uma motosserra acoplada que virou marca registrada de Gears. Tudo isso veio com uma apresentação de primeira categoria proporcionada pelo motor gráfico Unreal, que trouxe gráficos extremamente detalhados e realistas para a época. Os cenários de Gears of War eram cheios de combates intensos, inimigos e explosões. A combinação disso tudo foi matadora, e o resultado é um jogo completamente inovador e empolgante. O primeiro Gears of War saiu em novembro de 2006 para o Xbox 360 e tornou-se sinônimo de nova geração. Controles inovadores, gráficos absolutamente impressionantes, campanha cinematográfica e um multiplayer intenso fizeram do game o carro-chefe do videogame da Microsoft. A produção custou cerca de 10 milhões de dólares e o jogo já vendeu mais de 6 milhões de unidades pelo mundo todo. Com tanto sucesso, é claro que será apenas o início de uma grande aventura que logo ganharia novos capítulos. Demorou apenas 2 anos para a continuação de Gears of War chegar em 2008 e expandiu o game original em todos os sentidos. O modo história ganhou arcos dramáticos profundos e o modo online revolucionou mais uma vez com a introdução do Horda, um modo cooperativo em que até 5 jogadores devem trabalhar em equipe para enfrentar ondas de inimigos que tentam atacar o grupo.
It was a prototype that was worked on in Gears 2. In the time we were working on Gears 2, we were trying to think about like what other ways can we push multiplayer. And essentially, it was a prototype around hunting. Actually, it was a idea of that. Creatures would be in the map and you'd have to go find them. It didn't feel quite Gearsy in the way that we think about like overwhelming odds and humanity fighting against the monsters. And so as we added more and more monsters to it, it kind of started to turn from you hunting them to them overwhelming you. So we sort of really leaned into that. And then we looked at what we had. Again, we had a very short development cycle, so we didn't have time to do sort of very complex fortifications and really, develop a whole new mode. It was kind of we were using multiplayer maps, and then we were using the things that you had in your already, like the ability to plant a grenade, the ability to plant a shield, the ability to put a mulcher on top of a shield to create a turret. And so you sort of had to live by your wits, and it was really exciting, and it was hard, but it was really fun. And it sort of and then that sort of became, that idea of fighting against waves of enemies became known as a horde mode, and so now other games have that, like their own version of a horde mode, which I always find funny that they reference the Gears in doing that.
Gears 2 é a verdadeira definição de maior e melhor. Com mais de 5 milhões de unidades vendidas pelo mundo, o jogo pavimentou de vez o caminho para a franquia se tornar uma das principais grifes da Microsoft, ao lado de nomes como Halo e Forza.
Really hadn't planned the second episode. We didn't know how Gears 1 was going to be received, and so we were sort of that opinion of like, hey, let's see how we do, and then we'll kind of decide where we want to go from there. We also gave ourselves a really short timeline. If you look at the launch of Gears 1 in 2006 and the launch of Gears 2 in 2008, we basically made that game in 2 years, which really means we made it in 18 months. And so, yeah, it was really just about how we can continue to build on top of what we had. And so we brought in a lot of features that maybe didn't make it for Gears 1. One of the things, obvious ones, is the crawling. Like, so when you're down but not out in Gears 1, you're stationary, you can't move. And then in Gears 2, we allowed you to sort of crawl to your friends to get help. And so it was find ways to elevate the gameplay. But really, I think the biggest thing was really trying to elevate ourselves as storytellers. We brought in another writer, Josh Ortega. Susan O'Connor wrote the first one, and Josh Ortega wrote the second one. And we wanted to kind of continue to push our storytelling, and that's where you get the Maria moment in the scene.
Maria!
With Maria, it was just like we wanted to see if we could go that far with Gears of War. And that's kind of the things that I love about the franchise as a creator of it, is that we can go all the way from like super cartoony and funny, and then we can also go to super actiony and over-the-top action and blockbuster action, and then we can also go super emotional and it'll make you cry. And there's not a lot of franchises that can have that range of emotion from laughing 1 second, crying the next. So that's one of the things I love about Gears, is that no matter where we go, it kind of makes sense in our world.
Em 2011 veio o capítulo final da trilogia. Gears of War 3 colocou ponto final à luta de Marcus Fênix e companhia contra os Locusti e apresentou a possibilidade de jogar a campanha toda em até 4 jogadores, em uma aventura emocionante e cheia de sacrifícios. Com a guerra encerrada, a franquia voltou no tempo para entregar uma nova experiência. Gears of War Judgment saiu em 2013 e conta uma história que acontece antes dos eventos do primeiro jogo. Quem cuidou da produção foi o pessoal da People Can Fly, enquanto a Epic já planejava o futuro da série. Melhor dizendo, quem assumiu essa responsa foi a Microsoft, que em 2014 comprou os direitos da série Gears e trouxe ninguém menos do que Rod Ferguson para ajudar a liderar o desenvolvimento na The Coalition, que na época se chamava Black Tusk Studios. O primeiro desafio veio em dose dupla com Gears of War 4. O jogo saiu em 2016 e tinha tanto a missão de apresentar uma nova geração de personagens, quanto trazer a série para uma nova geração de videogame.
Basically, Epic had said they were done with Gears and they put it up on the shelf, and so no more Gears games were going to get made. And then that's when Microsoft, reached out to Epic and bought Gears of War because they wanted to bring it back. And then so we had a team here in Vancouver, and it was basically, okay, we're not ready to go into full production because we don't even know what we're building yet, so what do we do? And so that's when we did the remastering of Gears 1 into Ultimate Edition. And it was really meant to take a team that we had of about a little over 100 people and work with a partner, Splash Damage, to be able to do, to kind of sort of like dissect Gears of War, like to reverse engineer it, we call it. Like, so by going and trying to rebuild, a classic, was this the best way to learn? Okay, how did they do cover? How did they do the encounters, and how do we learn how to make a Gears game? And so while the team was sort of working on Ultimate Edition, that's when myself and some designers and engineers were working on thinking about like what can Gears 4 be, and so we designed Gears 4 around, okay, we're going to do essentially like the way that's Star Trek Next Generation. This was going to be Gears of War the Next Generation, and just thinking about the characters and what we wanted to do differently. That when you think about the original trilogy, Marcus, Baird, Cole, like Marcus is in his mid-40s or so in Gears 1, and they don't really change that much as a character. Like, the personality is pretty sad, and really the world changes around them, but Marcus is kind of Marcus throughout the trilogy. And so one of the goals for us for Gears 4 was to create characters old enough to be fighting in a war, but young enough that through their experiences moving forward through the next saga, that it could actually change them and transform them. And I think you see that starting to pay off in 5 when you see what happened to JD, you see how Cade is changing. Like that's intentional, that we wanted their experiences to be impactful on them, so their appearance changes, their personality changes, all to reflect what they're actually going through.
A storm is coming, and my son is walking right into it.
O herói é J.D. Fênix, filho de Marcus Fênix, e a história acontece 25 anos depois do fim de Gears of War 3. O mundo sofre com terríveis condições climáticas, e uma nova ameaça surge para complicar ainda mais a vida dos nossos heróis, que precisam explorar mistérios do passado para garantirem o próprio futuro. É nesse momento da história que chegamos ao desenvolvimento de Gears 5, novo episódio que vai aprofundar ainda mais a mitologia do rico universo da série. A gente visitou o estúdio The Coalition justamente na reta final de produção, um pouquinho antes do jogo sair, no dia 10 de setembro para Xbox One e PC. Gears 5 vai ser o maior jogo da série, com uma longa campanha e uma imensa variedade de modos de jogo diferentes.
The number one thing we said was to challenge expectations. Gears 4, our focus was on proving ourselves as a team, that we had a new team and only 4 of the people on the team had ever built a Gears of War game before. So we're like, okay, there's a bunch of us here who's never really done this before, so let's prove we can make an authentic Gears of War game. And so we sort of paid homage to what had come before. But in doing that, people kind of felt like maybe we weren't pushing the envelope enough and we weren't being innovative enough. And so the big thing for 5 was really like, okay, well, now that we've proven we can do an authentic Gears experience, now let's go do a Coalition Gears experience. And so that's what 5 is really expression of, the ability to, what you see with player choice inside of the campaign, where you see the depth of play inside of Horde with the character ultimate abilities, the way you see the new mode Escape, which is sort of this short aggressive co-op mode, the 11 different versus modes that you can play, and the fact that now we have a map builder so that we can have user-generated content. Like, these are all sort of expressions of what the Coalition wanted to bring to Gears, and the fact that this team has been able to build this sort of 5-in-1 product in 2.5 years, like, it just makes me proud.
Well, with multiplayer, we really wanted to build on what we offered with Gears 4. There's really so many fans for each of the multiplayer modes that exist inside Gears, like whether it's Horde mode or the versus modes that are there. We knew from our experiences running that we really wanted to make something that these fans would really enjoy, but we also wanted to bring a new experience, which is where Escape came from. Escape is really the photo negative to Horde, right? It's a new PvE experience, it's a 3-player co-op experience, and it was designed around the idea of providing a really tight co-op experience in about 25 minutes. So Horde is an awesome, like epic 3-hour, like, grind to it's an endurance mode. But what we really wanted to do is give people the ability to play Gears of War multiplayer, before dinner or something, right? Like after whatever they're doing, and give them the ability to experience such an intense, visceral combat, but do it in a smaller package. And then at the same time, give them an experience that was new, that wasn't just sitting in a base defending, that's actually now taking the fight to the enemy and pushing through them to the end, and be able to do that again and again. And to build on that, we wanted to bring in these hero characters that allowed players to invest and grow those characters with new skills, abilities, and ultimate abilities, but also be able to rely on them on the battlefield to be able to read what's going on. When you see Kate, you know that she has this ultimate, you know that she has these abilities, and in Escape, that matters so much because it's this very tactical, tight experience with 3 players where you're all leaning on each other, and you really need to know exactly what that person's doing over there and exactly what that person's capable of doing over there. And then that dovetails in with Horde, where now we take that same philosophy over to Horde, and we have these hero characters. There's 5 of them, and I can tell you exactly what each one of them is doing. So we tried with our PvE modes to bring something new, to support what was there before, and really create something that was greater than the sum of its parts.
Gears 5 Esports is going to be really exciting. It's something where we launched esports with Gears 4 on Escalation, which is our specific competitive mode for esports. For Gears of War. And so as we're sort of launching into Gears 5, we're able to take that mode and take player feedback and fan feedback and tweak it to make it into the most exciting mode to watch and play specifically for esports. So as you'll see with the launch of Gears 5 Esports, you'll be able to watch that mode and interact with it in a way that is really tailored for esports. So it's a mode that is made just to watch competitive esports play on, and you'll see that all the different tweaks that have been made to it coming out of Gears 4 really reflect the fact that the multiplayer team loves esports and wants to support it and wants to make sure that we have the most interesting mode to watch and play.
Mais uma vez, a franquia da Microsoft mostra que consegue combinar ideias inovadoras e divertidas com uma história emocionante e alguns dos melhores gráficos da geração. Enquanto os olhares se voltam para as próximas aventuras de Marcus Fênix e Kate Diaz e os dedos coçam de vontade de começar a jogar logo, uma certeza a gente pode ter: Gears nunca esteve tão forte e com certeza vai continuar surpreendendo, inovando e divertindo por muitos anos pela frente.
What is the secret of the Gears of War franchise success? I think part of what makes Gears successful is that it has kind of an approachability with an edge. Like, it's an approachable edge, I guess is the kind of way I would say it, is like this motorcycle kind of vibe, you know what I mean? Like, they're kind of a Harley Davidson kind of vibe to it. I think that edge and the fact that we have a gun with a chainsaw on it, that you get to chainsaw monsters, I think it's kind of empowering, because we always talked about the Locust were sort of the boogeyman. They were the monster under your bed. Like, they came from the underground, and then you get to get rid of the monster by getting to chainsaw them. And so I think there's a grittiness to Gears, there's an edge to Gears, but there's also, like I said, there's this range of emotion where the number of times people have told me they cried, at the Maria scene, or they cried at the Dom scene, or how it affected them seeing Marcus not able to hug his dad, and like the fact that you can reach people. There's like I said, there's a duality in terms of like how gritty and brutal it is, but also how sort of heartfelt and personal it is, and I think those two things are very special.
I think the thing that I'm the most proud of is really just the way that we have listened to and showed up for our community, and we can always continue to do more of that. We can always learn, we can always better ourselves as a team, but I'm really proud when we can look at our community and see that they're happy with where Gears Esports is headed, and that they feel like, the game and the esport and everything that we're doing around it is authentic to the community that they've built themselves, and they deserve to have a voice in. So anytime we can show up for them, we can support them, champion them, celebrate the work that they've done, that makes me feel really proud.
I think Gears 5 is the best Gears game when you look at, like, it's the 5-in-1, and it's the quality of it and the depth of it and the experience. And I also have the privilege of being in Vancouver and getting to work with people who are the best in the industry. I have no doubt in saying, like, there's some things where you go, like, I get to work with some of the best people, or these people are really good, but I legitimately get up every morning and go to work and not only get to work on Gears of War, but I get to work with people who are essentially the best in the industry at what they do. And what better way to learn and grow than to surround yourself with the people who are the best at what they do. And so the fact that I get to do that every day just means it's super special.
No. Kate, you can't see this. You don't want to see this.
Gears is probably the most special game that I've ever worked on. I've been working in games for over 20 years. Gears of War is such a beautiful combination of emotion and technical gameplay. It has these wonderfully rich characters, it has a rich story, it has such a powerful IP, and it has this core idea of brotherhood and found family, but at the same time, it has this extremely technical, cover-based movement combined with like this short-range, intimate combat that has such great depth that when you put these two things together, it really is like a designer's dream to be able to explore this space. It's such a unique game. There's nothing else like it. There are people that have found their spouses through Gears of War. There's whole friendships that get formed. There's incredible bonds that get formed through this game, and it's such a unique game that way, that to be able to be a part of that legacy and contribute, what we can is such an honor. And to be a part of it and to enjoy working on the game like on a daily basis with such a great team, it's really the highlight of my career. It's something that has changed me as a person and as a designer, and it's something that it's so special to me. I can't completely describe it. It means so much.
I can still